So first of all, I'll talk about the initial configuration to set up PIP movement. So first prerequisite is both primary and secondary should have equal number of ENI. In the diagram, you can see the primary also has 3 interfaces. The secondary also has 3 interfaces. Now, what will happen is this primary will have multiple IP address assigned. All this IP I'll configure as LB web or SSL VPN gateway or SNP and everything. And these private IP will be moved to the secondary on failover. So in my primary, if my LB web is 192.168.1.1, after failover, this IP will move to the secondary instance, which became the new primary, and traffic will come to it. So primary private IP will be moved to secondary. IP set is not required. So the configuration is pretty simple. You don't have to do anything like how on-prem you do. Same way you will configure HA here. There's no extra requirement and it's a simple one to do. If EIP or public IP is attached to any private IP, then on failover, that EIP will also be moved along with the private IP. So no extra step is required or no extra configuration is required. On failover, the PIP move to the secondary and start listening on the vServer IP. EIP automatically moves since it's attached to the private IP. It takes about 10-15 seconds for a single PIP to move. So it's very fast compared to our old HA. Here, the failover time is very less. And just to configure, the only command you required is add HA node 1 peer IP on primary and then on secondary. And this will be automatically configured. The only one key point or one you can say step you have to always make sure is this setup required one dummy IP to be left. So let's say from AWS I got a IP as 192.168.1.1, then 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 like that. I've used all the LB WIP IP, but the first IP I don't have to use. So 192.168.1.1 I will not be using it and I'll call it as a dummy IP. And rest all the IP like 1.2, 1.3, all those I'll be configured. So this will be for each interface. We have to leave one IP, rest aside. Further, we'll look into this on the demo video, like how we are doing this. So this is how the failover looks like. So let's say you have a public IP assigned to left side, you see a management EIP. Also, the public IP is assigned to a PIP1, which is a LB web. And also the EIP, one more EIP is assigned to WIP2, which is a private IP2. Dummy PIP1 and dummy PIP1_2 is, as I said earlier, that you need to leave one IP behind, like as a dummy IP, which you don't have to use inside NetScaler. So except one IP you will be using everywhere. And same thing you will be doing on secondary also. Secondary, you have to leave every interface one dummy IP. Further instructions are given on our AWS document site, like how to configure it and everything. You can go there and take a look. So when the failover happens, the private IP for the LB was configured will move from the primary to the secondary. Now LB WIP2 will also move from the primary to the secondary. Elastic IP association will automatically change. So this setup is pretty simple to configure, and only we need few IAM permission, some EC2 IAM permission to achieve that, and that's it. And it's pretty fast also. So here's a demo I'm going to show you how we are doing. So this demo is a mixture of AWS Outpost and HA-PIP, private IP movement. So in AWS Outpost, I'm doing the HA private IP. So let's go to this demo. and then you will understand how we configure it, how AWS Outposts we can easily configure our Citrix ADC, and how HA PIP works. Hello everyone, so this is the testing on the Outpost environment. So right now I'm in the EC2 dashboard. I'll go to the AMI. I'll select the Citrix AMI, click on launch. I'll select the instance type as c5.xlarge. I'll go to the configure instance, select my VPC, select the management subnet for NSIP. We'll attach the IAM role for the failover to work seamlessly. I will add a device. So now I have two interfaces. Second one is in the client subnet. Click on add storage, click next. Select add tags, give a name, Citrix ADC primary. I'll configure the security group. I'll select my security group with all the ports open for NetScaler login and SSH and HA. Review, launch, select the key, and I'll click on launch instances. In the meantime, I have to launch a secondary device also. Again, select the Citrix ADC image, click on launch. Select c5.xlarge. Select the VPC, NSIP subnet, IAM role, add another interface, the client subnet, click on add storage, next. I will give name as Citrix ADC secondary. Go to the security group. Select the security group, review, launch. I can see that the instances are launching. Primary, secondary, they are initializing.
This conference will now be recorded.
So now we can see that both the Citrix ADC are running. So this one came up with two interfaces, the primary one and the secondary also came up with two interfaces. Now to configure load balancing and subnet IP, I need to assign few IP to this. So what I'll do, I'll go to networking, manage IP address. I'll assign a new IP on Ethernet 0. This I'll be using as a load balancer web. And one more for the subnet IP. So now I got the two IPs here. One I'll be using for the LB WIP and one as a SNP. So 1.22 is my LB WIP. Let's log into the NetScaler. 198.19, 1.19. Password will be instance ID. Okay, I'm logged in. I'll be configuring the LBV server. Let me confirm the subnet mask. So it's 128. Web. Also, the subnet IP. The IP is 1.134. My subnet is different for SNP, so I'm giving 240 here. So I configure the WIP and SNP. Now I'll be configuring the load balancing and the server. Let me check the servers. So I have two servers, 1.137. Let me add it. Second one is 139. Adding the LBD server. Adding the service.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so LBV server state is up and both the services are up. We'll just check the traffic is working fine. So my LBV server is up and running. Now I'll be configuring the high availability setup. Now on this node, I have to give the second node IP. So I'll just node secondary. Secondary IP is 1.46. Okay. Now I'll be logging to secondary to configure the secondary node. This is my secondary. Right now the password will be secondary instance ID. Will be into this. Add other node. Other node IP is 1.19. Let's wait for 5 seconds for HA node status to sync and come up. I'll just node. So this node came up as secondary. Sync is in progress. Okay, sync status success now. Our HA is configured properly. Yes, LBV server is also up and running. So I'll log to the primary again. 1.19 is my primary. There we go. Status. So this node is primary. The 1.46 is secondary, and the sync status is success. And test the traffic one more time. Traffic is working fine. Now we'll check the failover. So as you can see right now in the AWS console, the IP which we used were 1.22 as LB web and 1.1.34 as SNIP. After failover, we should see that these IP gets moved to the secondary node. You can see there are no secondary private IP and the traffic should be running. So on the left side, you can see the traffic is running. I'll just do failover. Yes, you can see the traffic. So failover is successful, and you can see that we received 2 request timeout during failover. So within 2 seconds, the failover happened for 55 and 56 seconds, and then it resumed. From 57, 58, it resumed. So within 2 seconds, the failover happened. Let's see the node state. So this node became secondary. The other one became primary. Let's just log in to the primary node. And right now the secondary password will be the primary password because HA sync happened. So both nodes are now in sync. So password also got sync. This node is primary now. LPV server status up and running, and in Outpost lab also I will just refresh the page. As you can see, the secondary private IP, the LP and all, got moved from the primary instance to the secondary instance, as you can see.